How to develop inner strength. When we think about strength, we often picture a fortress, tall walls, impenetrable gates, and a structure that nothing can shake. We tend to believe that inner strength means being unbothered, stoic, or completely invulnerable to the chaos of life. But let's be honest with each other right from the start, that is not strength, that is numbness. True inner strength is not about being a stone that never breaks, it is about being like water, fluid, adaptable, and capable of carving through the hardest rock over time, not by force, but by persistence. Developing this kind of resilience is a journey that goes far beyond the generic advice of stay positive or believe in yourself. It requires a fundamental shift in how you view your own existence, your failures, and the quiet conversations you have with yourself when no one else is listening. It is an intimate process of becoming your own best ally rather than your own harshest critic. The first step in this architecture of the soul is the radical acceptance of reality. This sounds simple, yet it is where most of us falter. When life hits us hard, our instinct is to deny the pain or wish things were different. We waste immense amounts of energy fighting against the what is in favor of the what should be. Inner strength begins when you look at a difficult situation, a heartbreak, a financial loss, a personal failure, and say, "This is happening. It hurts. Now, what is my next move?" This is not defeat. This is the strategic positioning of the mind. By accepting the mud you are standing in, you stop sinking deeper and start looking for the solid ground to step onto. To build this strength, you must also change your relationship with discomfort. We live in a world that sells us comfort as the ultimate goal. We have apps to deliver food, screens to distract us from boredom, and pills to numb our aches. However, resilience is a muscle, and like any muscle, it only grows under tension. You have to voluntarily invite small doses of discomfort into your life. This could be as simple as having that awkward conversation you've been avoiding, waking up an hour earlier to work on a passion project, or sitting in silence with your thoughts without reaching for your phone. These are micro-trainings. When you prove to yourself that you can handle small discomforts, you are unconsciously preparing your spirit for the inevitable avalanches of life. You are teaching your nervous system that uncomfortable does not mean unsafe. Another crucial, often overlooked aspect of inner strength is the cultivation of self-trust. Think about it. If you had a friend who constantly broke their promises to you, would you rely on them in a crisis? Probably not. Yet we do this to ourselves all the time. We say we will start exercising, we say we will save money, we say we will set boundaries, and then we don't. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at your inner authority. To reverse this, start small. Make tiny promises that you know you can keep. I will drink a glass of water this morning. Do it. I will read 5 pages. Do it. Slowly, you rebuild your reputation with yourself. When you trust yourself to follow through on the small things, you will trust yourself to handle the massive things. Let's talk about the narrative in your head. The stories we tell ourselves dictate our emotional endurance. If your internal monologue is constantly playing the victim track, asking, "Why me?" you are draining your own battery. The strong mind shifts the narrative from "Why is this happening to me?" to "What is this trying to teach me?" This isn't toxic positivity, it is pragmatic optimism. It is looking at a disaster and hunting for the lesson buried in the wreckage. This reframing ability turns obstacles into data. Instead of being emotional wounds, your failures become information points that help you navigate the future with better maps. Furthermore, we must address the myth of the lone wolf. There is a misconception that strong people don't need anyone. The truth is quite the opposite. Vulnerability is a massive component of strength. It takes immense courage to say, "I am struggling," or "I don't know the answer." Building a support system doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are wise enough to know that you cannot carry the weight of the world on a single set of shoulders. Connecting with others, sharing your burden, and allowing yourself to be seen in your imperfect state allows you to recharge. It reminds you that suffering is a shared human experience, not a solitary punishment. However, while community is vital, so is solitude. In the noise of modern life, we rarely hear our own intuition. You need to carve out pockets of silence. It is in these quiet moments that you integrate your experiences. It is where you process your grief, celebrate your wins, and align your actions with your values. If you are constantly surrounded by noise and other people's opinions, your inner compass gets demagnetized. Solitude resets it. It is in the quiet that you find the center of your gravity, so when the storms come, you can sway without toppling over. Finally, understand that developing inner strength is not a destination. You don't wake up one day and say, "I have arrived, nothing can hurt me now." It is a practice. It is a daily commitment to getting back up. Some days you will feel fragile, some days you will cry, some days you will feel like you have lost all progress. That is okay. That is part of the design. The bamboo that bends the lowest in the wind is often the one that snaps back the quickest when the storm passes. Your goal is not to be unbreakable, but to be repairable. It is to have a core so deeply rooted in self-compassion and reality that no matter how hard the wind blows, you know you will eventually stand tall again. If you found value in these words and felt a spark of recognition in your own journey, please don't leave this circle just yet. Give this video a like to help others find this message. Hit that subscribe button to join our community of resilient souls, and drop a comment below sharing one thing you are doing today to build your inner strength. Let's grow stronger together, one day at a time.